All right, everybody, welcome back for week 2 of our 30-day challenge. This again is your strength workout video. Just like last time, I'm going to go through each exercise, give you a quick demonstration. If it's something that we did last week, I'll probably spend a little less time on it. So if you have any questions, let me know. For the most part, these exercises are very similar to last week. I've either added something small on to the movement, or I've added some kind of weight onto the movement. But for the most part, they should look pretty similar or pretty familiar. So the W listed in this workout with quotations around it just means weighted. So we're gonna add some weight to some of these workouts. Now that being said, you do not need to go out and get a kettlebell or a dumbbell or a weighted ball or a weighted bar. You can use a million things from around the house. When I first started doing virtual workouts a week ago, when COVID hit and our gym shut down, we happened to be traveling because we were in the process of moving to Colorado, and these giant jugs became my weights for a lot of my workouts. So this one happens to have a tiny bit of water in it. It can be used for almost every weighted exercise that you end up using. You can use a dumbbell. You can use a smaller water jug, either full or halfway empty. I've used laundry detergent bottles. I've used children. That being said, I did do squats with some of my kid on my back a couple of times. You really have a lot of options. So all we're doing is looking to add a little bit of weight to the movements that we're doing. So the first exercise on there is our weighted narrow squat to sumo squat. So the movement itself is the same exact movement that we did at the beginning of last week's workout, where we had our narrow squat and then we stepped out wide into a sumo squat. All we're doing is adding a little bit of weight. So I'll use my example with the dumbbell. I'm going to hang on to it with both hands. You could do this with 2 dumbbells if you wanted, but one works just fine. I'm going to take my narrow squat first. Weight drops right through the middle, and then I'm going to step out wide into that sumo squat. Back to center for narrow, back out wide, sumo squat. Next exercise, traveling push-ups. So we're going to take that push-up that you did, and all we're going to do is add some movement into it. So same push-up position. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Abs are nice and tight. Glutes and quads are squeezed. I'm going to step full out of both of my arm and leg to the side. The easiest way to walk in a push-up is to walk with opposite body parts, or opposite sides really. So my right leg and my left hand are going to step side first, and then my left hand and my right leg. So again, if I'm walking sideways, right leg, left hand, and then the other side. If that does not work in your brain, don't worry about it. Move whatever. Your goal is just to take a step out to the side and then take your one push-up. And then you're going to go back the other way and second push-up. So where it says 5 traveling push-ups, L and R, that means left and right. So it means you're going to walk 5 steps to the right, 5 steps to the left. So if you alternate, it would be 1 push-up and then go the other direction. That push-up makes number 2. So you end up doing a total of 10 push-ups. Okay? Moving on. We're going to go back up to our curtsy lunges that we did last week. We're not adding weight to these. We just have a little bit more repetition-wise. So you have 10 left and right. So standing nice and tall, step back and to the side for that curtsy lunge, back to center, alternate sides. So instead of 30 seconds, you have a total of 20 curtsy lunges, 10 to one side and 10 to the other. And then you'll finish off this block with 10 nice big strong jumping jacks, or modify them if you're not jumping. All right, that makes 1 round. You have 3 to do, okay? After you have finished 3 rounds, you move on to block 2. Same formula, you have 3 rounds of the listed exercises. Exercise number 1, we have that W again, so weighted. So this time I'm going to grab something different. I'm going to grab this guy. So the trick with this exercise though, is whatever you grab, you have to be able to bicep curl. So if you have 2 heavy water bottles, they work. This one jug will work. Even if you have just a ball, a stability ball or a weighted ball, that'll work. A pair of dumbbells, kettlebell, anything that you can curl. So I'm gonna alternate my lateral lunges. I'm gonna step out wide first to one side. The weight's gonna come down to the center, chest tall, back together, and add that curl. Lateral lunge the other direction, back together, and curl. So again, it's an L and R, which means you have to do that number of repetitions on the left and the right. So 10 total, 5 on each side. Next exercise is that walk out to push up. So like we did last week, you're gonna reach down to the toes. Keeping the knees as straight as you can, you're gonna walk on out. Execute one nice big push up. And walk on back. Keeping those knees as straight as you can. All right, third exercise. This one's a little different. This one is called a crab hip bridge. So a lot of us have probably done hip bridges from down on your back, where you are using the glutes and the hamstrings to bridge the hips up. It's a very similar exercise. However, your arms are going to be back behind you. So not only are we working the back of the legs, we're working on opening the shoulders as well. Fingertips can face your glutes or turn out sideways or backwards. Go with whatever's comfortable for your wrist. From this position, I'm going to press through my heels and the palms of my hands and lift my body as high to the ceiling as I can. The more flexible you are in your shoulders, the higher you're going to be able to get your chest to the ceiling. If you're super tight, you spend a lot of the day in this position hunched forward. If you spend a lot of time at the computer, it's very likely. This is a great exercise for opening the chest up and working on our posture. So make sure you are pushing through the palms and the heels. Lift up as high as you can. Final exercise on this block are our bicycles. Just like last time, we are working on reaching long and controlled. So stretch the leg as far away as you can, heel right above the ground. Alternating sides for 10 on each side. All right, guys, 3 rounds. Then you move to your final block. This block is going to start with sprawls, but notice it says go to flat. So instead of stopping our sprawl in a plank position, we're going to lower all the way to the ground, which is going to make coming back up, of course, more challenging. So remember that sprawl starts with that squat position. Feet hop back to a plank. From here, you're going to lower to the ground. Then you're going to push back up to that plank, hop the feet in, and stand. Now you have a couple of options depending upon how strong you are, or at this point in the workout, how much energy you have left. When you start the sprawl, if you're feeling really strong and you've got a lot of energy, then you want to combine everything as much as you can. So from my squat, I'm going to hop out and drop directly to the ground. And then, as soon as I hop my feet in, I'm going to stand back up. Now, if your upper body is not that strong, maybe you're recently getting back to push-ups, it may look a lot more like this. Perfectly fine. The movement is basically that you start from your feet, you drop all the way down to the ground, and you come all the way back up. So do what works for you, okay? No questions asked, what works for you. Then you're gonna meet me on the floor for alternating V-ups. So in this exercise, you're gonna start with your entire body stretched out long. Legs are together, arms are by your ears. A V-up means that the whole body is gonna come up and meet in a V position. So this would be a full V. However, we're going to do an alternating V-up, so only one leg is going to come up. You're going to tuck your pelvis under. First thing, pull your upper body up enough that you can start pressing that low back down. So upper body comes up, leg meets you in the middle, back down with control and switch legs. Upper body, leg, and control. If you bring your leg up before your upper body starts coming up, you will never get all the way up, balanced on your glute. What'll happen is the leg will limit how high you can get up. So make sure your upper body comes up first, then make your leg meet it. And that one is a 5 on each side, so 10 total. So then we're gonna come to the feet. And we're gonna take 10 quick stepping or walking lunges. If you are working out in a place where you have some distance, whether you are outside on the driveway or you have a hallway, you're in the middle of the house, then I want you to take it as a walking lunge. So it's step lunge, traveling forward for 10 on each side or 20 total. If you don't have that much space, no problem. You're gonna step forward, return to center, forward, return to center. Make sure that your back knee, like we talked about the first week, bends as you go, and make sure that you don't lunge on that tightrope. Remember, we want to lunge in the width of our hips. So right down the center and back. Final exercise are the speed skaters that we did from workout 1. Remember, on those speed skaters, your goal is not only how high can you get, it's also how far you can get. So you're trying to go up and over, traveling sideways. Tap that back foot, up and over. 10 on each side, 20 total. Now, before you shut this video off, let me talk to you guys real quick about your workout and how things go. So I had a lot of different responses to workout 1, being workout 1 really wasn't that bad. It was pretty easy, which if you've been consistently strength training or consistently doing high intensity or high interval workouts, workout 1 probably wasn't too bad. Great. So for you, this workout should challenge you a little bit more by making some more combination workouts or combination movements, as well as forcing you to add a little bit of weight to some of those movements. Now, if you were one of the ones that responded, this workout kicked my butt, you probably have not been doing strength workouts or strength movements recently. May have been a long time since you've done a push-up. Then yes, it should have kicked your butt, and I'm proud of you for doing it. I promise it's going to get easier. So stick with it. Do what you need to do. If you were super sore last week in your low body from all of the squats and the curtsy lunges, don't add weight this week. Just wait. It's not a big deal. Remember too, this workout isn't timed. It is a repetition and a round workout. So if you are moving fast and strong and you're in great shape, fitness-wise, you may knock out this workout in 20, 22 minutes. Awesome. Good for you. Go get some extra cardio and push yourself where you can. If you are newer or it's been a while since you've done workouts like this workout may seem really long. So set yourself a time goal. Decide, I have 30 minutes or I have 40 minutes for today's workout. Go as far as you can. Maybe you get all 3 rounds of block 1, but then you notice you're running out of time. So you do 2 rounds on block 2 and 2 rounds on block 3. That's fine. Do whatever you can fit into your day. Because remember, the only workout that's a bad workout is the one you don't do. So do your best, get through what you can, and the benefits are going to be there for you. All right, guys, let me know how it goes. Let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to hearing back from you. Have a great workout week.